shocks, cuts them in half. And what is that flick? The Legion come out on top. Zed with the cluster!
It all comes down to this.
That was as close to perfect as you're going to see in a round.
Hello friends and welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We're of course on day number 2 here at the Paris Legion home series and we're getting through the day. It's a big Saturday always here at the Call of Duty League. And talking about big Saturdays, we've also got some big names with us. We got Momo and Miles. Hello,
Thank
gents.
you very much. What a welcome. I like that.
What a welcome.
I know, right?
Big names, big hair, and big biceps for Phil. He's working out like a
beard.
maniac.
That
hair is taking over, Miles. It's getting very wavy at the top. When you wobble your hair, give us a wobble, Miles.
I'll give you a little bit of a wobble. Dude, today I'm going for full Prince of Saiyans. I'm like, give me the Dragon Balls.
Look at it jiggle.
It's getting intense, yeah.
I love it. I want to know at what point we're going to be losing your face, Miles. That's my worry here. I'm worried about that.
I don't know. It's getting out of control. I'll try and get a haircut next week. Start a GoFundMe. If you're offended, please start a GoFundMe and we'll work it out.
Okay, you've heard it there at Miles. You know what actually is out of control though, gents, is of course Paris, because they really need to get things under control. If they want to have the best chance at champs and get that seeding right, they need to get some more CDL points on the board. And really, I feel like this is a test for them against London, a fellow European team, a team that they've beaten before. I think right now it's so important that they start to play up. And I think, you know, talking about working as a team, they actually need to work on individual skills, Miles.
It was a tough day, wasn't it? It was a bit of a messy one. I do love V2. They've got an S-Car get the win. S-Car go get the win. I can't even say it. That's great. Well done, production. That's lovely. But yeah, individual performances from Paris across the board. It was a little difficult. I mean, it's not easy to pick up, you know, kills individually when the whole team's losing out. But I think they've got a chance to bounce back. London's obviously a very, very difficult squad to make a comeback against. They had a great run yesterday against Dallas. So I mean, the backs are firmly against the wall right now for the Paris Legion, you know. But hey, this is a team that thrives under pressure. This is a team that has taken big upsets in the start of the season. You can't count them out. You absolutely can't.
No, not at all. And let's have a look right now at the game fuel keys to victory. We'll start off with London. Honestly, every time I think of London, I think about the twins and how much they're really leading the team here, Momo. And Wuskin, out of control, has been overall throughout the whole season. But, I mean, how much is this really resting on the team's shoulders individually as opposed to working together as a team?
Yeah, I mean, Wuskin's been lights out from day one of this game, and he continues to do so. Obviously, shout out to Nameless for doing all these keys to victory as well. Shawnee and Dylan dropped the ball yesterday. Ravens need consistency out of them, and as entry fragger, Dylan has to be on form at all times. And that's what I think this roster sometimes, when it excels, it's at the forefront of Dylan going off. When he's going off, that radiates through the rest of the team, and they have a lot more space, a lot more position, whatever it may be, but it starts with Dylan usually. If he's having a slow game and he isn't getting those entry frags, then it's very, very different, and we do see a lackluster performance from London. And that's sometimes when Wuskins is the only one, when it's a little bit more reserved, with the M4, he's picking up those kills. But honestly, I think Dylan is a very, very strong player, and I think he actually matches up very well against Paris. I'm actually excited to see him do this. But on the flip side of things, Paris Legion, forget yesterday's loss. Everyone on the team individually underperformed. Might be time to switch up the entire team dynamic in Respawn. Current roles are not working, says Nameless. And again, you've got to agree with him. When you're watching Paris, they started the whole year so hot. They were literally at the bottom of everyone's power rankings, and they soon climbed and climbed and climbed. But, the big but, they seem to be consistently falling down these rankings, and that is just not what you want to see as a player, as a fan, as anyone. You know, Paris Legion, you come into the very important part of the year where, you know, this is where you want to be your best, at your peak, and it's the very opposite, Lottie.
I know, and I think you want consistency as a team, but not in that respect. And, you know, looking at previously, start of the season, Kismet actually did say they were the best domination team in the game. Kismet's current domination KD is 0.55, not acceptable at this level of, you know, gameplay right now in its team. And I know he can do it. I know they can do it. We've seen what they're capable of. Can they pull this off? Gents, let's find out.
Let's find out indeed. Interesting conversation there about possibly a change to Paris Legion. You know, at what point do they consider a change necessary? Again, think of the talent on that roster. Breji, a player who was absolutely fantastic in the Black Ops 4 season. has not really had the chance to shine here on Modern Warfare. But we'll see how we go. Paris Legion now, our home series team, taking on the London Royal Ravens. And here we go, Phil. You mentioned this to me during the break. You said we haven't seen an Azir cave in a while, and you've been treated, my friend. Good map for Paris.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we've casted Game 5 and 2 hardpoints every single series, and I don't know the last time we saw a hardpoint cave. So I'm excited to see something a little different. Of course, with the vetoes goes down. I mean, just for you guys, we never really talk about these vetoes and exactly how it went down, but Team A being London, they vetoed Ramaza, and Paris vetoed Gunrunner, and this is where we get a map 1 pick of caves coming in from London. Quick check on the head-to-head of this. These guys have not played this map and mode combination, but Paris are 5 and 4, as we see London are 3 and 3. So very much level playing field here, Miles. Not much to take away from numbers, percentages. I really do think it is down to this individuals, this team on the day right here.
Yeah, it really will. First hard point not been too great to either squad. London Royal Ravens will get the majority of that final time as we start to rotate over towards far right hand side of that cave east. Dylan on your screen, talk about those entry kills. This is what he's trying to do now, hit that backside, make sure that Paris start to spawn somewhere else other than right next to the hard point. Not an easy place to get it done here though. Zero backing him up. Lovely nades going over the top. Kismet's going to find the bad end of that grenade, and Zero continues the run going. Lovely shots down range there with the MP5.
Yeah, and again, I was going to touch on a little bit more how I think Dylan sometimes matches so well against Paris. And I know they've not played a lot, but when you look at the two play styles, I feel like Dylan and his aggression can really pay dividends for a team like Ravens up against Paris. But again, you know, what Kismet are you going to see? We've seen the amazing Kismet and the very poor Kismet throughout the season. I think you could say the same about Dens. Dens was absolutely lights out when it first came around, and then he kind of went a little bit stale, if I'm being honest, and that's when we saw a lot of the losses coming through for Paris. But I'm sure they've been working on it. They've not made any team changes, much like many of the rosters, and that's also an important note to take away from this. Shawnee with a big double will put that trophy system down right now, just trying to keep Paris off of that hard point, and he's been very successful at doing so. We're, of course, heading over to the field in around 7 seconds with Ravens leading by around 15 to 20 points.
Indeed, but you just see how hard it is to break cave, man. I mean, how many kills Shawnee picked up there? What, 4, maybe 5 back-to-back? It's still so difficult to break that hard point.
Yeah,
still.
I think you just don't break it. I think you just kind of hold them off of it and kind of just go for a neutral and then reap the rewards right now. You know, you rotate, you get this one.
We've seen this a lot in hard points when it comes to Modern Warfare. It's like there's a couple of money hills, but there are a few hills where it's like, look, just contest, man. Like, they got spawns, we can't get much out of it. It's going to take a miracle to flip it, but there you go. Still, Dylan on your screen, still trying to rip his way through these players. We're looking at him to be a big entry fragger for the squad there of the London Royal Ravens. Still on the other side of the board, everyone there on Paris Legion still looking quite, well adjusted at this point in time. Again, a nice bit of a rest for them. The kills department is looking relatively even. No one really standing out, but they still got to make their most here of the soccer field. So we roll on over Z on your screen, pick up that half time.
Yeah, and I think as well when it's about the numbers going into this game, nothing stood out. You know, we're talking 3 and 3, 5 and 4. Numbers I don't think are going to be a huge part of this series. I don't think it's going to be these wild, immense, crazy numbers that sometimes we do see. And of course, we saw in the previous matchup versus OGLA. These are two teams which I think will go head to head and go back and forth and very much have a to and fro kind of game. But consistency will show through, and of course, that is what's going to pick you up that all-important W. Wuskin, I feel, definitely is one to watch, especially on a map like Cave with that M4 in hand. Expect him to be putting kills on the board, but it's Kismet with the double before Dylan does deny and answer back with 2 himself. 94 to 41 right now as Luca finds himself 5 in a row. We're going to find 25 seconds left on this hard point as Luca does push through. Kismet's going to hold the line, and again, we're going to rotate over to the 5th and final one. We'll have to see if Ravens can hold on to this one, though, as Cave is going the way of Legion. Yeah,
it's slowly but surely going the way of Legion. Again, it's not a massive amount of time garnered from either squad at this point. And again, quite a slow hardpoint all around. We look to the M4s, we look to the assault rifle players to really pop off here on Azir K, but there have been the occasional outliers where we've seen an MP5 just go absolutely ham. I mean, this is, of course, where Sim picked up his famous 51 kills.
Look at Zed.
Sneaky
He's
blow.
literally, look at the minimap right now. He's right in the middle of all 5 players.
Well,
he's going to get one at least, but it's whether he can get the second. Shorty, denies that one. A very important kill. As we do see number 7 going on a flank, it's going to be Zero. He's going to be an impactful player as we go right around the back. But on the hard point, it is going to be Kismet. He falls. Zero does find 1 on the flank. He finds 2 on the flank. I think Zero is going to continue to do so, but the spawns have flipped here. Paris Legion now spawning at the back. Here he is. This is the man that we're talking about. Zero finds 3, make it 4 in a row on that flank. They still have that hard point, but they give it up for 1 second, and it could be curtains here. And you know what, Miles? With the last 15 seconds, they're going to be really, really set up for the next hard point too.
Yep, just looks for London, but Paris again. Decent position to be in. Waskin gets finally cut down there. Luca on the quick trade. Now we're seeing Scraps try to battle for that mid-cave presence. And again, it's not just about controlling the middle of the map. It's about controlling the east side of the cave. And that's exactly what Paris have got right now. So keep an eye on that right-hand side of the map. Watch those small skirmishes taking place on the inside of the cave and on the outside. It's going to be Waskin actually looking to catch somebody moving around the outers. But again, hardpoint time going the way of the London Royal Ravens. They may not be picking up massive chunks at a time, but all those little pieces, all those little grains of sand eventually will become a mountain. Still, over that 125-point mark, now we're starting to see Paris fizzle out.
One step at a time, it seems, for London here. Trophy system goes down after another double from Shawnee. 17 and 12 for this man. M4 prevailing. And again, I think London are a team, again, which will always do well on a map which favors kind of 2 assault rifles. When you've got 2 players like Waskin and Shawnee, it really will kind of pay dividends for them. You see straight away, Dent is kind of that assault rifle player. We know Luca can rock it as well, but right now, London seem to be a couple of steps ahead. And again, with the last couple of seconds going down, Legion are going to have this rotation once more. It's the second time around, and it is a chance for them to bite back, really get back into this game.
So once again, yeah, you just called it perfectly. KV still in the hands of Paris. Got to make as much of a hold as they can of this hard point. 3 members of London are going to be making their way through the cave. Zed. Get him, Zed. Play your gun. Zed. Gun. Zed. Zed.
No! You ain't Hugh. You can't do this. Shots taken out of his book.
No. Just got to gun him, and London may have the point now. Oh no, Paris is still spawning on the right-hand side. I thought they may have just been able to break it, or they may have been able to get in there. Waskin's still letting rip with the M4. Can't find number 17 there, but Shawnee, 18 and 15 for him, well and truly involved in every engagement he's been. Paris will retain control of the hard point for now. Final 15 seconds should go their way. Unless that last player from London can get in there, it's going to be Dylan. But the rotation's gone down. London will have control of the soccer field for now.
Yeah, Dylan just annoying them. And London go for the same strategy. Try and keep them off of it. They do that for a little bit of time, and they're going to reap the rewards over by the field here. We're going to see Paris start to push out those Ks, but they're going to be pushing into pre-aimed M4s from Waskin, from Shawnee, and Dylan's going to be up close personal. And I tell you what, he is not taking any prisoners. Dylan, like I said, he's a player which really goes off against certain playstyles, and you can always kind of tell when it's going to go down. Dylan finds his 25th of the game, 47 interactions, exactly the same as Kismet here, also having a star-studded blind.
Both teams clashing in a big way on this hard point. Waskins finds 2 up top. Dylan just about, no, can't quite win the fight down low. See that ball get knocked out of bounds and out of play, and Waskins still, by that broken wall in the far extremes of the map, we call it the God spot for a reason, keeps himself alive for the time being. Again, defending that hard point with everything they've got right now. London, great job returning themselves back into a strong fighting position here on this scoreline. Paris not able to get much out of the soccer field. We go to Cave West now, and it's only going to be on 0 to try and find those rotation kills. And so far, Paris, they haven't quite sniffed him out, but they've got control for the time being.
0 trying to be sneaky there, just get taken down as the rotation sets in, and it's almost rinse and repeat right now. This is the exact same rotation, the exact same teams winning the exact same hills here as the first rotation, and if it continues to go this way, London should be able to close things out. But a 50-point lead is not the end of the world. Paris certainly still in this one. London, though, fighting from the front here and then pushing back Paris. A couple more seconds like this, they'll be able to rotate. They'll have the setup for next as well. Smoke's going down. Zed getting in and amongst this. Of course, Zed going up against former teammates. Many former teammates from previous games, previous titles, previous eras, it feels like. But 210 has been crossed now by the Ravens, only 40 points away. And Mars, look at number 7, 0. Again, we talked about how early he was over by Cave. He's actually very, very early. He's let one slip through, however.
I think he's happy to let that one player go through. Pass the comms on to his teammates. They know just have to watch out for him. Shox trying to hunt these players down. A little bit of work from Kismet's going to get that one done. Shox 27 and 21 for him. Here's the hard point flip. Trying to watch the cross. If the kill's going the way of Paris Legion, though, and again, you let that one player through, and it may have just come back to bite you now for London.
Yeah, I don't think he let him through on purpose. He snuck through. That was the key there for Luca. He got past 0 and he got in and behind. And this is where Paris can really change the game. But Scraps is in it and behind those spawns. He's found one. He might be able to find the second with the help of one player to his left-hand side. He's found Kismet as well down in the tunnels. Quick reload. Just stun grenade to connect with Shocks there. And now, just like that, London looking to close it out. 4 kills in the kill feed, make it 5. Everyone adding to this with only 7 points left. London looking to close it out. Scraps trying to do it in style as well as Shocks desperately slides. Ain't gonna make the hard point. Shawnee ripping through. 250 is amongst us. And the London Royal Ravens win by 100 points exactly. Paris at their home series here. They're looking for an all-important win. That is not the way you want to start it.
Lovely bit of work towards the end of that one from London. And again, it was that final break there from Scraps. A little bit of help from Dylan to his flank. And wow, they really got the job done in the end. Nice start again for the London Royal Ravens. Again, a disappointing loss yesterday to Dallas. A very, very tight game 5. Couldn't quite pick up the dub there, but a chance for redemption. Same can be said for Paris. Everyone reclines in their chairs. Just give yourself a moment. Scraps goes and gets himself a bottle of water. He's learned about that one, hasn't he? He's learned well and truly. It's both these teams, yeah, they really... again, it's a do or die. This is an elimination matchup for both of them. And what a performance. That was, again, London, a 100-point win. We do love to see it, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for London, and especially Dylan. We talked about the keys to victory, and it was Dylan kind of being that entry player, getting those all-important kills, and going up against Paris. Said it before, I feel like he has just a good play style. I think he just plays confidently, you know, and I don't know why that is, but he drops 35, a minute hill time, 29 deaths overall. A great performance, and it wasn't, you know, Wuskin, the shining star this time around. Shawnee, for me, was a big player on that game. And London clearly having those caves locked down. It was a map that they looked very, very confident on. Just quickly checking, of course, the stats. I think I said they were 5-4 on it. Oh, no, that was Paris, actually. London were 3-3. But, of course, it was the first time they matched up against Paris. This team has played each other, but it was back at the launch week where Paris won 3-0. And at that time, we played Hardpoint Ramaz, so ineffective in this series. But London Royal Ravens up 1-0.
There indeed. There's the quick scope brought to you by the US Air Force. Again, you can see those hardpoint search, destroy, and domination records between each team. We'll have a quick look at the maps and modes. Again, brought to you by the US Air Force to see what this series has in store for us here. And again, we know there's a lot of European fans staying up late to watch this one. We're very, very grateful for you coming in. And of course, that first Azir cave is now done and dusted. St. Petrograd search and destroy up next. We've got a Hackney Yard Dom and Hardpoint. And we're going to finish up the series, if we have to, on a lovely bit of Arklov Peak search and destroy. And Phil, if history is anything to go by in the current state of the Call of Duty League, there's a very good chance that we could be seeing that Game 5. Again, predictions be damned. I don't care what you think. I don't care what the stats say. I know what the game and what the league is giving us right now, and it's nothing but wild, close, crazy matches, unless it's Toronto versus OGLA.
Yeah, we've had some wild games, wild series, Miles, and I think none other than the one we just saw. Obviously, I know it was not a Game 5 round 11, but it's a very different one. We're seeing hard points go to, you know, in favor of a team like 107-3 or something. And it's just kind of ridiculous how we're seeing that this late into the season. Don't get me wrong, I expect more from OGLA, but credit to Toronto. They've made a team change as well, just to kind of touch on that. I think that was kind of looked upon by a lot of people. I'm a big fan of Kleenex, have been for a very long time, and it's good to see him breaking in amongst many other quote-unquote amateurs, now changing it towards professionals, of course. But overall, good stuff so far.
Mate, can't complain too much. Now, speaking of not being able to complain too much, brother, it's time. We've had a little bit of a hiatus, but it's time for our Grubhub pick of the day. Now, you went with Wuskin. Very, very admirable choice. Benson went with Dylan. I went with Dens, man. I went with the Thunder Down Under. I saw him behind the controller recently, and I think it may have just been that opening shot of him sitting in front of that fireplace where he's like, oh hello. Yeah. I didn't see you there. I was like, well, that's my pick of the day right there. Dude, that is so good. But great, again, as always, to see a little bit of behind-the-scenes content for the Call of Duty League players that we know and love. And Dens, I think, still, man, he's my guy. I think he's my guy this series. I'm looking to see him pop off a little bit. But again, admirable choices all across the board there for our Grubhub squads. Now, mate, what did you have for lunch?
Honestly, when the production side asks me this every time, it always seems to be at a bad time for me, Miles. When I say a bad time, an unhealthy time, I just like to dive deep into a big fat American burger. And you know why? Because they're tasty, delicious, and everything in between, Miles.
Oh boy,
it is.
Phil, look, that's
all right.
You did it again.
I say a burger, couple of them. Okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 burgers. 5 burgers, man. Unbelievable, Philip. I cannot. I don't want to know. But well, look, I had the exact opposite of 5 burgers. I had a super healthy bowl. I've got some halloumi in there. I've got greens. Look at that presentation. I helped put that together with my wife. Look at those eggs, mate. Look how beautiful and colourful that meal is.
You have a wife. I do not have a wife. There's a very big difference.
All right.
Okay. I don't think in any means you had anything to do with putting that together, Miles.
Okay, mate. Well, thanks again. Of course, Grubhub, do what you can to support local businesses, support small businesses on this obviously challenging time. That's right, COVID hasn't gone anywhere, friends. You know, do what you can every day from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. You're going to get $10 off orders of $30 or more. Save while supporting the restaurants you love. Head to the perks section of the Grubhub app. Quite hungry now after all that, I must admit.
One thing I will say, Paris Legion are certainly winning in the webcam department. I have no idea why we've got half a Wuskin's face. We've got the top half of Shawnee. I can't even see Scraps. It's a silhouette. The only two people I can see is Zero and Dylan. They haven't got the webcams on.
The webcams,
come on, guys.
With the ever-changing state of webcams in the Call of Duty League is it's a wonderful topic. I just love how Shawnee looks the same whether he wins or loses. I love Shawnee, man. All right, let's get into it.
That's Cellium.
Let's get into it.
Cellium wins a chip or he loses and he doesn't look anything. It's great.
Unbelievable. We're going to get now into our search and destroy on St. Petrograd, Paris. 2 and 5 on this map. Not ideal. London, less reps, but 1 and 2. Again, able to maybe turn that one around here, but oh, mate, that Grubhub pick. Let's go, Dens. Bring the thunder.
Let's go, Wuskin. If you want to start taking sides, all right. Let's level the playing field here, Miles.
Well, we make it spicy, Phil. Won't we put something on the line? I'm joking. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're going to get in trouble. Don't do that. Don't just quite finish. Next. Be hit now for Paris. Oh, Luca running the snipe. We don't always see that.
Very slow round one. A little bit different as well as Dens finds one. The second, the third comes from Luca. Zero and Shawnee. They watch their teammates drop. Shocks, I feel, has got one pin down. This is going to be a clean sweep. It's going to be an absolute wipeout. Good night. See you later, Shawnee. We'll see you in round number 2.
Oh, I was going to say, as you said, it's quite a slow round. Within a second of you saying it's been a slow round, Den's got 2. Luca found a snipe. And before you know it, it's all over. Paris, they really come out swinging on Petrograd. That was a lovely start. Let's give London a bit of love now on the offensive round. See if they can't volley back. I thought, yeah, that was over very fast. Like, very, very fast indeed.
Sometimes slow and steady wins the race, Miles.
Sometimes. Not that time. Quite an even spread now for London as they move across map. Not a lot of love towards A. It's only going to be Scraps who's really paying much attention there. And again, that's just sort of lure the Parisian players into the wrong conflict. But it's going to be Luca watching that mid-map position. Takes care of Dylan. Nice shots. Dead silence popped immediately. He's going to try to find what he can.
I really like that dead silence pop because straight away it's like you reveal your location. The dead silence is almost like a get out. You're finally out there. Now you pop it. Now you can come behind them again. This could be the second kill. Oh, we see in the shadow.
That's enough. Go on, round the corner you go. Find one. Oh no, Luca. Nades up. Great job there on the van.
Baby. Boom.
Gets the tags on his Shawnee. He will go down eventually as Scraps answers back, but the damage has already been done. Lovely opening plays there from Luca.
I did like the grenade.
Yeah, man. Semtex on the back of that big ambulance. Yellow van. Works every time. Bombs now slowly, very quietly, cautiously making its way in towards that B site. However, Zed watching the cross. You can see in the PIP there. He's going to see that player make his way into the site. Zero, man, his spidey senses are tingling. He knows something's up, and if he goes for it, there's a Zed. He saw him. And at the very least now, the trap is set. Paris, watch them reposition now and go for it. Bomb planted. They're going to have the site surrounded.
40 seconds on the clock. Shocks. Easy kill. Should be traded. Will be. Wuskin staying alive as well. He's going to be calling out as Dens gets in. Pre-fires as well onto the twin. It's going to be Scraps as he's going to back down. The bomb is being defused. With Dens and the double. The defuse will come through. 2-0 to Paris Legion. Nicely closed out.
Yeah, that's why he's my Grubhub pick of the day. 4 kills so far.
All right. Okay.
No deaths. Great work out of Denom Taylor there. Paris, again, slow and steady. Won the race this time. Last round, they were incredibly fast. They slow things down. They play their game. Lovely round.
Very strong start from Paris as well. I like how diverse Luca was. Sniping on the round 1. Aggressive on round 2. Dead silence. Everything coming through for that young man. And here he is, back at it with that HDR.
Oh, and here comes Momo's pick of the day. A couple of misses from the pair of them. However, a nice bit of reposition there from Wuskins, trying to catch those players top blue, man. I mean, if he catches that player, that opens up his Lads on the defense. Luke is going to slow that down in a big way. Good night, Wuskins. We'll see you in the next round. Oh, Dylan, he picks up the snipe. He picks up the snipe and takes care of Luca. And the off-screen, Dens finds kill number 5 in a row there. That's my pick, by the way.
Remind me again, just in case I forget, that Dens is your pick.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Just so you know, your pick is down 1-0 in the series. Just to let you know that one. Dylan.
Back to the game.
Dylan's waiting. Uh-oh. Look at Shocks. He's gliding around the corner.
Paris.
Oh, no. They're piling in on Dylan. Poor guy. Say poor. He's found one. He's got away with it. I thought he'd be traded immediately.
Yeah, big push.
Through the kitchen, through the bedroom, out through the washing room, or whatever that is, but straight into Zed.
Straight
he takes down Dylan.
He did. He cleaned him up pretty well there as well. 3-on-2. Bomb down for Paris. I mean, the retake's going to be very difficult. Shawnee could potentially get 1 kill out of this, but he's got to allow Zero to get across map. That's not going to happen. Zed once again catches another player. Shawnee in the 1 versus 3. 25 seconds left on the clock.
Making a lot of noise as well. Yeah. Trying to find his first kill of the game. Not looking good for Shawnee. He's going to be taken down 3-0 to Paris Legion. What a start here in the Search and Destroy. Game 2 have just joined us. Of course, London won map number 1. It was a 100-point victory, 250 to 150. But right now, there is only one team turning up in Search and Destroy, and it is Legion.
Yeah, in a big way as well. I mean, early days still, but 3-0. So when you start to get towards the 4s and the 5s, that's where the sweat should really be pouring. That's where the worry should be kicking in for the London fans. Still. Looking to find some success off the rip now from Wuskin with that snipe. And here goes the push. Can't quite catch the players on the transition. And again, got to watch out. We don't see Luca sniping there on the defensive rounds, excuse me. So no real worries there. It's a nice kill from Shawnee. Gets in the game.
Yeah, Luca seems to push up the middle with the SMG. This is the first time we've really seen an attack on A. And there he is, Luca, pushing up the middle with an SMG. Finds Scraps, now hits this rotate. And he's finding himself in the enemy spawn. Dylan running into trouble. Zero will trade things out, but the numbers favoring Legion for a second there. Now a 3v3. Luca making another impact. Shawnee needing his own teammate. And it's down to the Scotsman. Good luck. Have fun. You're pinned into a small room. If you leave, you will be denied. Paris Legion 4-0.
It's getting harder and harder.
It's getting a bit messy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to see a London even comeback here. I was going to say win. I mean, at this point in time, I want just to see the scoreline get a bit more competitive. But Paris, once again, with another, just complete control. Utter control. London don't have a say in the matter. And
I think one player for me, the difference maker, I know Denzi's 5-0, Zed's 4-0, but Luca, he keeps getting these opening picks. Talking of picks, there's my pick of the day.
Oh, wow. I thought he might have had a second there.
Oh, Luca's got his number again! Luca!
The back and forth between these two is amazing.
Honestly, I'm loving the HDRs. Oh, Scraps. I feel like he was going to walk straight into Luca, but Zed has dealt with him. I think that's Zed's 5th in a row now.
He's yet to die as well. Like, he and Dens are sitting on clean sheets. Dylan's a plus. Oh, Dylan saw a couple of players there. The sheets might not be so clean after that. Stun goes up. Dylan, he catches just the tip of him there. With a concussion. Den's trying to find something. Still looking for number 6.
Look at the bomb as well. Kismet was trying to plant a B, and he's actually been pushed off that. Luca's still right at the back sniping. One player is going to be sat inside, and that is Zero over by the A-bomb site. Numbers still for a second favouring Paris there. Kismet going down is going to make this a 3v3, but looking for the perfect S&D still. 25 seconds. The bomb's got to go down.
Late rotate. Watch that clock. Paris got to make something happen. Dylan finally takes care of Dens. Dylan, great round from him so far. Zed's going to make the play now on the bomb site, seemingly alone, getting it down fast. Is anyone there to catch him? Zero's got him. And that could be it. 4-1. London finally get back on the board.
It's about time for London. Frustration when I feel was setting in on that one. If they clutched up here, went 5-0. I think that would have been curtains for them in the S&D. Anything can happen though. Luca's been phenomenal with the snipe. Dens, Zed as well. Very, very strong search and destroy so far as well. So one round dropping isn't the end of the world either, Miles.
No, not at all. But for Paris, is that the beginning of a bit of hubris, a little bit of pride? They think they can walk all over London now. Whoa. Oh, Waskin once again, so close.
Gotta have such fast reactions to take them down on that cross.
It's a really small angle as well, like a little slither in between the two train cars. Oh, Dylan, heard the nade. Quick reposition again, slip sliding. One of the top 2 movement or button input players we talk about in the league. I mean, that is a lot of APM, dude. Wow. Actions per minute. He is hammering that controller. Oh, boy.
Thanks for clarifying.
Oh boy.
Luca again. 8th kill. He goes back and forth. Oh no, they're going to run straight into it. They're going to jump straight through the window, but they've found him this time around. It's Dylan who's going to find that all-important kill. It's a 4v3. Dylan's going to miss that jump. He's going to go for it again. Hang on a second, boys. I got it. Nope. No, I've not got it, guys. I've given up. I'm going to go a different way. Oh, I'm stuck on the middle. Oh, I can't go this way either. Oh, I'm finally up, guys. Oh, you're all dead.
His dead silence is gone as well. Tough round for Dylan. 25 now on the clock. And Waskin's managed to secure the bomb. Oh, sorry, Dylan has the bomb. Waskin's going to try to cover him as he crosses over, but Kismet, man, he knows fully where he is. Tags in the back of Dylan now. Kismet. Oh, boy. No. Takes care of Waskin's.
That's the pistol you do.
10 seconds. This is going to be the round. I mean, Dylan can fight for it. He just got the kill. It's a matter of moments now, though, before Paris encroaches upon him and cuts him down. And once again, another round where London just had no choice. Legion, 5-1.
And there's no rounds been that spectacular or that special or clutches or crazy moments. It's just consistency. Luca picking up snipes. Individually, every single player on Paris as well, picking up their 1v1s. I mean, you see the struggle from the side of Ravens. Only Dylan standing out with 6.
Dude, it's flawless from Luca. It's just every round, man. Every round. It must be so frustrating. Because it's not even like Waskin's missing. It's just Luca's getting there faster every single time. 9 and 4 for Luca.
Yeah, Waskin, one of the best snipers in the game, period. And right now, Luca is just... Not even against just Waskin. He's taking everyone down. 10 kills for Luca.
Don't do it. Don't peek. Don't go back. Oh, he moved. Okay. 1 minute remaining. Scraps trying to keep his boys in this. But Luca, once again, very, very delicate fine motor skills just to catch that player. Try to even hit him over the top of that little plant pot. 3v3 right now. London. Got to turn this around. But it doesn't... I don't know, man. I don't feel like it's even possible. Legion have got this on lock.
0 on his own here. He's going to be outnumbered. He just tag 1. Trying to find one, but Kismet's going to get the upper hand on this gunfight. 3v2. 25 seconds. Bomb is going down. Shawnee's closest to it. Looking through the window. He should be taken out, but he's not. Has he got away with his life? He has now. A 2v2. Bomb is not down just yet.
Heard the door. Didn't hear the dead silence. Den's in from behind. Den's in from behind. Finds one. Bomb does go down. Scraps now in a 1 versus 2. Scraps is immediately repositioned. And this is going to be it. This is going to be it. So now it's a 2 versus 1. A beautiful nade, though, from Matty Marshall. Keeping himself alive. Yeah, 30 seconds. Tons of time to work with now. 1 versus 1 against Dez. He wins it! Lovely shots from Scraps. Time for the defuse as well. Whoa, keeps London alive. Not a bad round from the Royal Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most special thing we've seen out of him. Little bunny hop from Scraps. Finds Dens, and again, I feel like that was... I don't want to say kind of a must-win or a... It should have been a win for Parrish. You know, a 2v1 with bomb down. But Scraps, he picks them apart here. Plenty of time, though, here for Paris to pick up the win. Waskin trying to stick to what he knows. It's that snipe. He's going to call out the 3 crosses. Keep your eyes out for Luca, though. Number 1 on your mini-map. He's not near anyone right now, but he seems to have these flanks on lock. Scraps, meaning as he wants to come. Oh, my goodness. Dylan's down as well. Back and forth here, Miles.
And a real back and forth, but what an explosive opening. Bomb down for London. Just into the inside of the A site. Paris teetering the outskirts now, trying to find those openings. No, full well the Scraps at the top of that box. Oh, wow. Waskin, he finally gets Luca, and it was basically a quick scope. We got there a little late, but then we got there in the end. Is this the turn of events that London really needed? Scraps now, the confidence rising. They're beginning to believe. The 4 versus 3 retake on site. Bomb's going to be going down. Gotta watch out for Paris though on that high ground. The Legion are not out of this yet. Scraps with a nice big kill there. 40 remain. That's his 5th in a row. Now he's going back in for Dens. Watch that confidence. Zero's going to pick it up as well. That is a fantastic turn for London.
Scraps is feeling himself. You can tell by the way he's playing as well. In that round alone, just you can see his movement, just bobbing, weaving, fast, aggressive. And he didn't get that kill up top. It was actually the player who went up the stairs who picked up the kill, but he, for me, kind of won them that. He was just pure distraction. Bullets going through that. He forced them to back off. Just an easy kill for the player pushing up that staircase. Now, 5-3. Suddenly starting to believe, Miles.
Mate, London, it just seems like they've gotten over that block. Waskin's finally able to kill Luca in a 1v1 snipe fight, albeit a little close. Scraps now starting to pop things off. And here we go. Slow and steady approach through mid from Legion. 3 players in towards A for London, 2 of them sitting in towards that B side. The nade's going out, it's going to force London to reshuffle. That smoke's going to give them as much intel as they need to think that the play's coming up through mid. Oh no, that's unfortunate. That's very, very bad luck. Bad timing from Zed. There's only one player really looking that way on towards A, and I think Shox may have been able to catch him with that timing, but back to the drawing board.
Did you see where Zed was, by the way? I was trying to look for him really quickly. He was way back, kind of around blue, where that went down. Wuskin got the better of Dens. Wuskin got the better of Zed. Kismet's below him. Kismet does take down Scraps. Wuskin trying to find that trade.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good flash.
Waskins gets the better of Waskins there. Sadly. 2 versus 3 now. Paris at the disadvantage with 15 seconds left. Have to get a bomb down immediately. They don't have a lot of time to work with. They don't have a lot of space on the map to work with. They've got to make the play right in towards the site. Zero's going to sit, hold his line as he has done the entire game long. And with that, the round. London. That's going to be 5-4. As they slowly but surely get themselves into this one. And remember, what did we say at the start of this series? Slow and steady wins the race. London are very much...
Sometimes it does.
London are very much the tortoise. Right now in the tortoise versus the hare. Or the lapin, if you're French.
Yeah, for any team doing some VOD review and wondering where Zero might be on St. Petrograd S&D, he's probably going to be in A within about a 3-foot distance of the box. He's been there for probably all 9 rounds. He pushes in, he lingers around, he's looking under these vans, but he's had such a strong presence and he really has controlled A, but we'll see it works out for him. It's aggression here from the London Royal Ravens as they pile on into the A-bomb site. Scraps now playing with aggression, passion, fury here as he's not going to find the first. Kismet's going to do that, but over by the bomb site, Kismet slides away after finding that first blood.
Decisive first blood. Eyes on the bomb, potentially. Dens now from up high. If he can get Zero, opens up a lot of work now for Paris to retake that site. Scrap still in position as well. Just a tease. They're playing footsies right now. Dead Silence has just become available for 2 members of Paris. A lovely nade there is going to take care of Zed and Kismet. Shawnee gets the bomb. The trophy system's down. Anything Paris now throws at the bomb site will be nullified. And this is just a horrible standoff. No one willing to make that first move but Scraps. He's got an idea. Zero's popped Dead Silence. Scraps now, the confidence there, but Dens takes his head clean off.
Door was opened, and Zero shut the door straight on Shox's face. 3 versus 2. Numbers favor the Ravens. We're going to get around 11 with 15 seconds. Someone's got to go for the bomb plant. Shawnee's on it. Who's looking over him? Nobody's looking over him. How's he getting away with this one? Denzi's going to get a free kill. It's now a 2v2. Wuskin and Zero knows exactly where one player is. One player on the flank. Oh my goodness. It's been predicted. Zero's out of there.
He's heard
He's
it.
got his boots on. He's like an elephant going up those stairs, but he doesn't care. He's still alive. In 25 seconds, Miles.
Oh,
There's
Waskins!
silence.
He goes straight on the point, finds the first. Here comes Zero in the immediate play. Den's last player left alive, London! They forced the round 11. Oh, boy.
That's a grill pub pick of the day right there. Oh, he killed Dens as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good call, mate.
Round 11. We live for it. I didn't think this S&D was going this way when it first started, or 6 rounds in when Paris were absolutely pummeling Ravens. But here we are. 10 rounds deep. One more to go. Scraps for me, the 1v2 really did turn it around, and now you look across the board with the kills, the deaths, and everything just seems to merge into one with 90 seconds left on the clock here. It's going to be an A push. It's fast, it's aggressive, but it's also the same from the Legion. A nade is going to connect with the man, and that's going to be shocked down out of nowhere. Kismet finds one. Kismet finds two. A quick dip dive. He's going to try and find the third, but it all comes down to a 2v3.
Kismet, absurd plays to keep his team going. 3 versus 2. Zero, quick recovery with the bomb. Shawnee now trying to make space there for him, get on the bomb site, but it's not really going to work out just yet. The numbers now for Paris starting to well up. They've got a man on the site, and they've got 2 hitting the flank as well. Shawnee backs on up. Plenty.
This is what I mean about Zero in the boxes, by the way. He loves it.
He loves it. He loves his boxes, doesn't he? But there's so much time now to work with. Paris, just wait the clock out. Dens finds one. All the 0, and that's it. The site control was what Paris needed to finally close the round out, and to not let that get away from them. Paris will tie the series up 1-1. Zut alors, what a search and destroy that was. Oh my god. Honestly, that was one of the most tense searches I think I've seen. Petrograd, between Petrograd and between Arklov Peak, give me search all day, man. Give me search all day. I mean, it shaves years off my life. It's giving me grace, but I'm loving it.
Imagine how the players feel.
No. No.
Giving you graze. One thing I will say is, like, but for London, you know, you push that and drag that back to around 11. Kismet, the game changer, finding that double in and amongst those boxes as well and staying alive. He finds the final kill. Kismet, MVP around 11, but overall, it's very hard to pick. I think Luca really started that game. Scraps, that 1v2 really changed that game. And from there, you know, Ravens really did kind of drive home the search and destroy, but just didn't finish it. Didn't cross that finish line. The Tortoise today was too slow. It
was just a little too slow. Man, what a play, though, from Scraps. That turnaround point, again, that 2v1 round, honestly turned the Ravens into a fighting force there on Petrograd. Paris Legion did not quite let it happen again. Every round was so hard fought. What a play from them, again, to go 5-1 up early on. But you saw the reads coming through from London were very, very decisive. And again, whether it's Zero just holding his lane, anticipating an aggressive play and overextension there from Paris, or, you know, just their snipes, those clean snipes coming out of Luca and Waskins at times that were really decisive in those round deciders. Man, what a fantastic search and destroy that was. Really, I had so much fun, and grew up pick of the day. Pick of the day.
Okay, you're right over there, Miles?
Fine, just choking on victory.
If you cough any more, that hair is going to wobble so far to the left and right, that backdrop's going to fall over, Miles. Be careful.
If I give it
those
enough
game fuel cans, they're at risk.
If I
game
give it
fuel lovers out there, someone take them away.
All right, well, we're gonna call it a wraps there on the search and destroy. This series is just starting to get hot, I must admit. Not the series we expected, but tied up 1-1 now as both these teams, they look forward to a very exciting Hackney Yard Dom that's going to be coming up just after this break. Momo, mate, the Grubhub picks will continue, I think, my friend, long into the day. I do as well. I really do as well.
Don't forget Benson. You know, he picked Dylan as well.
He did pick Dylan. I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling a little bit outnumbered here, but it's going to be very, very fun. Still, when we come back after the break, plenty more Call of Duty action. But now, let's have a look at Dens behind the controller.
Hey there. Didn't see you. My name's Dan Taylor, also go by Dens, and this is my behind the controller.
Dens been exceptional. One of the standout players for Paris.
Dens shut down this push pretty much single-handedly.
I grew up in a little country town in Bunbury, Western Australia, and I was there for pretty much up until year 7. And then I moved to the city life, which was Perth. I've been residing in the west coast of Australia for pretty much my whole life.
From Paris, France, this is the Legion.
The start of the CDL season so far for us has been like a mini roller coaster. It's been a little up and down. With the power rankings before the season started, I kind of understood it partly, and then another part of me didn't understand it, at least for myself and Zed.
Big kill from him, that's going to be nice.
We came 4th at playoffs last year, and then we came 5th, 6th with reciprocity. So it shows that we were part of a good team dynamic. And if you get into those, you know, top 8, top 6 placements, everyone's got a role to play and everyone knows how to play the game and doing the right thing.
It's Kismet again causing problems.
And then there's Kismet. He came 4th at Champs, so obviously he's in a very similar boat to Zach and myself. And with us 3 being on the same team, we're thinking, all right, we can make this work no matter who we have. And then we got Luke and Shocks, 2 of the best Australian players.
Shocks finding these kills left, right, and centre.
Luka with the challenge!
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Stay connected to what matters most with the best value in wireless.
What is working for you in Modern Warfare so far?
I would say not having a girlfriend, to be honest.
Yeah. What is going on, everybody? TP bringing you the next episode of The Barracks, brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile, the #1 brand in prepaid. On this episode, we're going one-on-one with Wuskin, half of the Marshall twins from the London Royal Ravens. We're diving into the mind of the player who consistently has one of the highest kill-death ratios in the league, and many may consider the MVP. On this episode, we're going to go into the game changers, keep takes, incoming, a bunch of fun segments to dive in the mind of Wuskin, ask him some questions about Call of Duty, the CDL, and his team. All that and more on the next episode of The Barracks.
Is our sneak peek at the latest episode of The Barracks, presented by Metro by T-Mobile. Again, London's currently in the middle of the standings, but Wuskin's has got the confidence to bring his team right up from that middle to the top of the teams in the CDL. Again, Wuskin's discusses, I think he's got in that one, he's got what's been working so well for him in Modern Warfare, man. And he's been a sniper of much acclaim, but again, his hardpoint KDs, I think, Phil, like throughout the entire year, have been very, very standout. And that was something that we never expected coming into the season at all.
He's been incredible. He really has. And I think coming into the season, it's always been his brother. It's always been other players. And Wuskin, it's nice to see him get the limelight. But I think for him, he doesn't care about that. It's about getting those wins. It's about getting a win. And it just feels like such a long time coming. And again, like, when will this come? You know, who knows when London? Right now, for me, they're a little bit behind that top 4. But going into the US Army tactical play, his brother... Scraps, I feel this was the round which really changed it. They couldn't obviously finish the search and destroy out, but this round, a 1v2 with the bomb down as well. I'm not sure how that grenade completely took out Luka, but it connects. It takes him out, and a quick hop, skip, and a bunny hop to the right-hand side, as you're going to see shortly. Boing. Scraps there. Finalizing that kill beautifully done.
We talk about how important that round was for Scraps on a personal level, sitting at 4 and 6 at that point. Obviously helped him turn the entire map around for him and the boys. The confidence was through the roof, excuse me. But again, that kind of play, I have to assume that Luka wasn't running EOD at that point, double time, just trying to get himself across the map a little bit faster in that. But hey, enough of that. So the search and destroy is done. It was a lovely map to be watched, but now we're going to go into Hackney Yard for our domination. Again, we're halfway through the series now. Both teams tied up 1-1. Classic rivalry in the form of, I suppose, London and Paris. Hundreds and hundreds of years of conflict and drama between them. Our European cousins are now a little bit more spice. And to add to the mix there as the Call of Duty League starts to take things away.
Getting into the domination now. Again, last time these teams met up, it was at the launch week. Different teams, different rosters, different map. Honestly, there's only so much you can really take from it. But we're underway here as A and C will go in the hands of course, you want to say the home team as they spawn on that side. But B, this time around, looks like it's going to be Dylan taking charge.
No, I cannot believe that. I typed youtube.com wrong in my tweet. There you go.
I corrected you.
I know, I got you, mate, and I had to drop the delete and get the retweet out. Hopefully those new viewers, no, it's correct. It's absolutely what it was, and we welcome you new viewers. But A and B now in the hands of London. They've started to open this one off real well. Paris Legion now trying to battle back in towards that warehouse. Zed's going to be laying prone in corner there. Zed's dead, baby. Dylan locks down that B flag, trying to maintain that mid-map presence. They're going to be hearing these listeners often, just controlling that mid, not letting them get in through B, and that's exactly what Scraps is doing, just trying to run this position, preventing anyone from Paris making their way through. Currently sitting at 3-0. Watch Scraps just try to continue this pressure.
Yeah, so far so good here. Scraps again, just in the middle, causing havoc as he pushes them in, and he has a lot of information. He can just wrap back, maybe take top L at this point as well, but right now, A and B in their control. They have a 10-point lead as he barges through. Finds himself Dens, but Dens a little better positioned.
Yeah, again, Paris now trying to slowly but surely retake B. Not an easy thing to do whatsoever. Watch for that utility to come through. Zed's going to find the opening kills. This could be it. I think it's time to go to an OpTic Gaming Listen In with the Paris Legion.
Let's get
I got your staff, I got your staff.
I got middle.
Quick. AC, quick. Top out,
nice, good fucking shit, kids.
Yo, scaff.
Nice, good shit, get on B if we can.
One more.
Scuff.
Good B middle. One shot, Copcar, one shot. You went to scaff.
One's middle.
I think he's top out.
Got nade on B.
Don't get top out.
One D.
One's top out.
Square, one shot.
Dead, one's top out still.
Trying to frame it.
Jump up. Watch
Scaff, one on B.
Double.
Nice.
Good shit. Spawning close.
One with a smoke.
I'm gonna go third one.
I'm just gonna smoke that one to push bottom L.
Top out right now.
Dead.
Nice. I'm middle. Another one middle.
Beat on
Top
Scraps.
out.
Dead.
Go.
Yo, laying down AC. What's going to
Top AC dead. Go.
Push through this. One more combo. We can just cap this.
One's far.
I'm going AC.
Yeah, there's one got then. One's middle pillar. That's one you can.
Well,
honestly, Miles, I just want to say, I would love to be able to cast in the speed that some of these players talk, because they say things 3 times. Go, let's go, baby. It is honestly, they don't take a breath. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's blistering. Let's go, Miles. It's really like these boys are flying, man. Paris, though, they need to fly a little harder, because right now the Ravens' wings are the ones that are catching all the air, as they have just taken a slight lead now, coming up on the double. And I think we can put it down to, you know, that mid-map presence, man. Just Kismet unable to find anything whatsoever. I think he's sitting at 2 kills right now.
Yeah,
not the scoreboards in a moment, but yeah, it's been a heavy outslay so far from the London Royal Ravens.
Yeah, again, they did have B from the start, and it's been hard for Paris to break it. I feel like they're just butting their head against the brick wall right now as they keep pushing themselves into B. They nearly had a little bit of success from it, but the trades go down. Ravens spawning, obviously, in a favorable position. However, I say that as Luca finds himself a triple here. Den's locking down the middle of that map. B is going to change hands, and neutralization will come through. You see the Ravens wrapping back. They're not going to overextend towards C. They want B back, and they are willing to do anything it takes.
They want B back for good.
Oh my.
Yep. Slowly but surely. This is what Paris want. Luskin playing spoils. Finds the up high kill. His teammates now on point. Shawnee and Zero going for the quick capture. 2 players right on top of the flag. They're going to get that down fast and get it up even quicker. There you go. London bounce back with a vengeance. Kismet trying to find those kills on point. Finds 2 before being traded out. Zed hops his way around the victory shots. Sadly, a bit of a team fire there, and that's really unfortunate. We've seen a few of those little moments where if just you don't get the team fire, you may or may not have the point, but it has worked out in the end for Paris. Still in now trying to get in there.
One thing I will say here, Ravens held a 2 cap for a large majority of this. This 30 seconds that's looking to take a turn isn't going to be too painful for Ravens. Neutralization from Scraps as well is just going to keep things with the last 25 going in and keep this lead of 30 points. I love what Scraps has done here. Pop the dead silence. He's waiting for someone to hop on it. He's going to drop down. Boom! Hello! I'm Scraps, and I'm here to deny everything that you want. And he's actually going to go for the cap as well. And with 10 seconds left, he might get 2 picks. There's 1 point extra for Scraps in his hard work. And guess what, Miles? There's the second. Yeah. Beautifully done here. 98 points for the London Royal Ravens. Make it 100.
Yeah.
Scraps over by C. Big clutch.
Perfect timing to spawn over by C for him, honestly. Like, it could have worked out better. His team had such a stronghold at A. Paris may have had B control, but you take away Paris' home flag, you guarantee, you know, attention diverted towards C, and there's no way that Paris had any shot there at breaking in towards A. There was just a complete lineup. However, Coalition spawn now for Paris. They will have A off the rip. Let's see if the Legion can hold this line, take as much of that A flag as possible. And London, here they come. Top of the map, they're going to run into Dens, and it's going to be all on Dens. 1 kill's good. Any more kills out of this would be fantastic, but that's going to be a very, very aggressive push. There's 3 members of London now pouring through mid, able to potentially find something there on the overextension towards A.
Yeah, a 30-point lead here. Just keep your eyes on that minimap and exactly what they're going to do. One person has pushed C, and that's from Paris. If they can hold A right now, this could be devastating for the London Royal Ravens. C is only neutral. Number 4, that's Dens. He's actually going to wrap back here towards B. And he's just put a huge pause on everything Ravens. Now he's taken down someone else mid-map as well. A good chunk of time taken away. It was a 30-point lead, Miles. Now down to just 20. That fast. Great play from Dens.
Solid work again. Making C neutral. Stops the flow of points into the Ravens' pocket. Now the Ravens trying to bounce back out of that C spawn. Take control of top L. Lovely shots from Shawnee. Puts Kisma on his back. Now you're going to have that top L control. Trophies down. Try to find something here on B. There's no one to be found right now. From the Paris Legion, 1 spawns out by C. The players there in mid, they're going to have to try to find some form of contest, but the shoe's on the other foot now. C made neutral. Number 5, Zed. He's booked it across map. He's on the Euro tunnel, mate. He's coming back home. Nope.
The changing hands. Closely done. Neutralization. You watch that little ticker. No one there to do it. And the London Royal Ravens in a spot of trouble. They might have got C back here, but Miles, they are pinned back in their own spawn. No one close to A. I'm not really sure what the game plan is for the Ravens right now, but with 3 minutes on the clock, with roughly in around 60 seconds, we're going to see a tied game, potentially Paris Legion taking the lead with this 2-cap. Luca locking things down with that M4 as well. There's so much time on the clock as well. Ravens need to act pretty fast.
Gotta go. They gotta go now. Again, 3 minutes is plenty of time, but you are going to see that lead change hands. Luca, he let 2 players get through, and now they're hopping in and about. Zed down low. You can see the silhouettes of his teammate being dropped above him, but Zed down low can only find tags, not a kill. Now it falls to Shocks. Gets 1, and the second! He can't get it done with hipfire as well, so Dylan stays alive for now, but just before being traded out, and again, it's a bloodbath there on the B flag. Waskins now trying to make the difference, trying to buy the space, allow his teammates to reinforce the point, stay alive as long as you can. No, Luca, he gets the kill. And look at this, a massive exchange of flags right now for London.
Yeah, he's really turning in their favor. 119 to 120. What a scoreline this is, though. Dylan quickly jumps back onto C, caps it. Over by B, there's about 20 people. I'm lying, but you know what I mean. Here, Dylan finds another, destroys 1, and that 1 being Dens finds himself a free trophy system. B still contested. It looks a little orange at the top middle, but it's still in the hands of Ravens. I'll tell you that for free. Now it is fully controlled by them. They don't have the A spawns. That, of course, is the preferable ones. Wuskin, 17 and 10. A strong start. As for Luca, 21 and 16. It's not really a start. We're coming towards the end, Miles, with 2 minutes left on the clock. A 2-cap here is looking good for the Ravens, but are they going to be able to hold it?
Boy, you don't have to worry about holding it. Dylan with the 3 on the back line gets all 4. Say goodbye to your A flag, Paris Legion.
Dylan's gone. You can spawn at C and you can have it. We don't care. We don't want it. It's yours. We're keeping A. We're keeping B.
Outstanding shots. Outstanding positioning there from Dylan. He gets it done, and if you thought the map was over a minute ago, it could well be now. A and B in the hands of the Ravens. Legion now got to battle through mid, got to try to retake A. But man, that's a big swing play. We talk about decisive kills in Modern Warfare. 4 at the same time. That'll get it done.
Wow, oh my, Dylan, that second kill onto Kismet stops them capturing B, puts a little pause on it, now gives time for Wuskins to get up as well. 15 points between the two teams. Miles, if it stays like this, The Ravens will win with 1 flag, and they know it. However, look at number 9 spawning over by C, as is number 6. They are going to jump straight on it. Number 8 has a very important job. That's Dylan. And if he can stop them, even neutralizing A, it could be a game-changing matter, but he is going to go down. C is all the Ravens need, Miles.
That's all they need, but they can't quite hold it. They're not going to have to worry about too much at B, because right now they're just waiting for the overextension from Paris. Paris need to make something happen here. The Legion got to go, and 2 of them are making their way down. Low 0 in a position to catch him. Waskins is going to be there as well. Dens, he bounces back. 30 seconds remaining. It's got to be big from the Legion.
One of them's going to spawn at A. They're pushing so aggressively. There it is. Waskin spawns at A, and he's going to jump on it. Again, good try, Legion.
Wait.
It was...
number 4.
Yeah, but again, A is changing hands at this point. It ain't going to happen. The push was aggressive. They needed to go for the trip cap. Paris know they needed to, but it's just so difficult to go for that trip cap.
So difficult to do it, but there we go.
Wow.
The Royal Ravens, they came very close in the search and destroy now in the domination. They get the win. It was a closely contested map towards the end, but again, they did the groundwork early on. They gave themselves enough of a bed to work with. 2-1 thus far in the series, and mate, I will say this is shaping up to be a long one. There was no doubt in our minds it was going to be a good series, but we're going to be going the distance. Another hard point here on Hackney Yard awaits us. And a great turn there from London to keep themselves alive.
Yeah, very frustrating, I think, for Paris. They actually crawled their way back into that one very, very slowly, but they got back into the game. They started to have a strong position, and Ravens played it smart. They didn't push when they didn't have to, and they got aggressive when they needed to. Shout out to Dylan, though, again, just from having a bit of a monster game, but also for him, what was it? Dropped 27, highest in the lobby, going +4. He had the most captures in the lobby at 7 captures. Again, all around, just an absolute beast of a player. There's a 4-piece that he got, which really pushed him through and got his team A. Incredible stuff, Miles.
Yeah, man. Great stuff out of Dylan. That's exactly what you want to be seeing, those crucial plays. Again, timing pays off for him, but you still have to land those shots. So Dylan, right place, right time, gets the job done. Big win there for London. Still, we're going to stay on Hackney Yard for another hard point now, coming up in map number 4 of this very, very exciting series. And again, this is a knockout. So one of these teams is going to be done. Another home series defeat, I think, for Paris would be a bad look for them nonetheless. We haven't had much success out of any of the home series teams. No one has been able to defend the home series, I think, except for Atlanta. They're the only guys who have got it done.
Yeah, winning at your own homes. Yeah, home series is. I think it is only Atlanta.
Yeah,
we saw many teams going back and forth, but Florida at their own kind of sucked. Seattle at their own sucked. Right now, Paris. Dare I say it? You're 1 map away.
It's not a bad look, but again,
and when I say sucked, I mean lost 2 series and went out. You know, I think Mutineers didn't win a map at their own home series, and they're considered a top 4 team right now. So again, a little bit crazy right now. The battle for Europe. Of course, Dens, Waskins, ironically, both of our picks, Miles. You see the numbers. Both of them standout players overall for their squad. Going head-to-head, of course, you can kind of go back and forth with these numbers. You see Waskin edging it just a little bit in every single side. But, 2-1 is the current scoreline here between the 2 teams. And there's always a bit of banter on social media between these franchises as well, Miles. Always good to see.
I will say, if you're a Call of Duty fan, there's never been a better time when the Twitter feed is just popping like never before. But again, you saw the stats on screen there between those 2 players who are, right next to each other. They're in the boxes as well, just above one another, but who will truly remain on top. Now for Paris, a must-win this hard point. London do not want this to go to a game 5 where Paris have shown their fortitude in the search and destroy. Get it done here and move on is all they can ask for. Still, here we go, staying in on Hackney Yard, and Momo, this is going to be a good one. Hackney Yard has been home to some of the most absurd hardpoint finishes we've seen in the Call of Duty League. We'll see if we can get something special here today.
Yeah, wouldn't be against another close nail-biter between these 2 teams. As we count down to potentially the last map for Paris here, of course, their home series. We're going to be rocking and rolling straight into hardpoint number 1. Shox is going to miss his jump, so he's going to have to go down low. Don't think he wanted this route, but you never know. Great things come from... Oh, never mind. Dylan's destroyed him. And all 4 members go down. Only Kismet alive. But now, that's a strong start for the Ravens.
Yeah, great start for the Ravens, but again, They're spawning on the good side of the map, looking for a solid, clean break now from Paris to try to get themselves in on that hard point. Dylan just tweaking as Dens hops around the corner, takes care of Shorty at close range. Dylan now putting tags in through that small piece of wood. Just enough cover to keep him alive for now. In and out he goes. Now will he go for the re-challenge? He does. The hipfire is almost there, but doesn't quite get the kill. Zed gets the better of him now. Going to see some hardpoint time going the way of Paris. Surely now we fall back to the next line. It's going to be that brick wall. There's Paris Legion. Hardpoint time for now, but they have to overextend, try to take control of Tire Shop, and that's what number 1 is trying to do. It's going to be Luca. Big win.
He's gonna get a huge kill, Miles. That one alone is gonna just give him a little bit more position. They're not gonna get the spawns off of this, but he's gonna cause a lot of nuisance towards Ravens. Dylan's gonna come in, sweep up 2. And Paris, they're still gonna have the poor spawns here as we see Ravens flood on in. A 25-25 game right now, but over by the tire shop. Shawnee with that trophy system just pops it outside, denying any projectiles. Kismet from below. Has he snuck through? I think he has. He's going to have found scraps there as he finds a different route to the top here. Doesn't know where Shawnee is. He's watching the stairs. We're going to see Dens now jumping in. 47 points, 5 killing spree for Dens. Going to drop down, reload that MP5. 7-3 right now for Dens. A great start, man.
A great start indeed for London. Dens trying to break his way through the bottom, but London holding that defensive line down. It's time now for an Astro Gaming listen in with the London Royal Ravens.
It's not me.
They got trophy down.
Stop AC. On me, mid.
Nice ball.
PC. Stop AC. Stop AC dead.
One low green.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah, he's mid. I'm mid. Dead. Everyone need it. They can't get us up. Top AC dead. Absolutely below green. I'm DP5. Give me a second. We can know. He's not. You can't shoot him. I'm behind him. Give me a second. Back dead. Top out got me. Two top outs. That was one of them. I smoked him. Yeah, you keep waiting for top out. I'm getting an out. Calling him. I got 2 nice. Luca top out. Close cell. On green. I got 3. Line done. We top out. He's not I've got you right. No, he's got slant and hill. Dan just going slant. He's on hill. He's back hill. Nice. Matt, you're one of the keep milking this. They're in new, 100%. I'm standing I needed slant. I smoked out green panel as well. They're on linear wall. Heading your man. I'm absolutely boys. Second green, dead. In the open. One shot, no, absolutely. I'm away, Matt. He's outside at the bottom. I'm away. Third, dead. I got one in hill. The bomb is there, Dylan. You don't have a clue you're there, Dylan. I'm one shot. They don't need help. Left side.
It is an absolute cacophony of chaos right now for the Royal Ravens, but you know what? We may not understand what's going on, but they certainly do. The scoreline still in the hands of the Royal Ravens. They managed to break into bottom office. Now they're reaping that hard time. Momo, it's not easy in these high-pressure games, is it? You know, to keep the comms clear.
No, it isn't. Ravens they're making Godzilla sound slow. That was absolutely ridiculous. All I could hear mainly was Dylan. Absolutely. I just don't know how you can speak so fast about so many things and play at the pace that he does. It's very impressive, to say the least, Miles. But right now, Ravens 112, 56 here. Half, of course, the score for Paris Legion. Wuskin on a 5 killing spree, 13 and a 4 as he hops around, doesn't find Kismet, but a very strong start here, Miles. We're heading over towards that back brick building, and it is going to be in favor of Paris, but they need a big chunk of time.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be in for Paris right now, and yeah, this is an ability to get a good 50, maybe 60 seconds out of it, get themselves right back into this game, keep it competitive. However, you've still actually got to get that done. 2 players now from London off the break, going to be trying to make their way through that side car park. They're going to get it done. Shocks can only get so many. As Shawnee finds his second. Wuskins now, he keeps the top line clear. Lovely crossfire from over the other side of the map. Now Kismet got to find any more out of this. He can't, and that's going to be a very good break from London as Soul on Shocks. Can he get any more out of this one? It's going to be cut down as well. The reinforcements are going to arrive, but wow, London came very close to actually getting the break there. Paris now on the counter-attack, keeping the hardpoint time flowing. Royal Ravens players have infiltrated the top end of the hardpoint. Now they're going to try to find something. Starting to spawn out is going to be Paris Legion, but not in a bad place whatsoever. They have literally spawned in the perfect position for the next few hardpoints.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit better. Last 8 seconds does go towards Ravens. They're going to break that 150 mark, but Paris need to remain calm. They need to realize that they're still in this game. They lost the previous hardpoint by 100 points. They're certainly in a better position right now. Den's 17-9. He's slain out of his mind. He's doing great stuff for Legion, but elsewhere, the slaying power seems a little bit lackluster. Z9 and 17, the complete opposite. Not what you want to see. We saw those two in tandem in the search and destroy as the kill feed goes back and forth. Orange and white. White and orange. Ravens breaking on in, trying to make something of this, but still in the hands of Legion.
Still in the hands of Legion. Still. Back to the center. Shots from Dylan, trying to keep that mid-map presence felt. Lucas' team nades, sadly, come through. Final 30 now could be going the way of London. Paris starting to make them safe mid-map. Make safe that right-hand side. Don't want to overextend. Don't want to force anyone to spawn anywhere. But looks like they're still going to be there. Again, those orange arrows on that mini-map. Zero now going for the play. Oh boy, he may have just slipped through. It looks like Luca possibly spotted him. Fantastic tags from the other side from Kismet. The ever-vigilant Paris Legion managing to maintain that position there on the right-hand side of the map.
Zero really is that kind of sneaky play. We saw him on the previous hard point and see a Cave doing the same thing, and those are the numbers you don't see on a scoreboard. So, again, he's picking up deaths and deaths here and there, and he's just trying to make the difference, but still going positive. Zero having a big impact on this team since joining. Smoke's going down. Here it is. Shots. Oh, denied. Oh. Kismet denied. And again, as we see Paris Legion start to fall, they are going to spawn at the back brick building. Are they going to be able to hold on? A couple more kills go Ravens' way, and we could see something a little different here. But down low, Paris are going to be beating their way back into this one as the smoke will drop again. That coming from Dylan. He tries to fly in, it seems, at this point. Paris do hold on.
Yeah, Paris do hold on. We're going to see a good 20 seconds now going to the Royal Ravens. Map control going to be in the hands of Paris, as both teams just sort of trade out hardpoint time, trade out map control. Very difficult not to do that in Modern Warfare, but they're going to make the most of this one. For London now, over that 200-point mark. For Paris, trying to maintain as much mid-map control as they possibly can. And again, not to let this one get any more serious than it already is, but if Paris lose this, we will be saying adieu to them here at their home series. A knockout match with London in the driver's seat. And Paris with a hardpoint time for now moment, but for how long?
Yeah, again, 208 to 140. It's a closer game than the previous one. Ended 250 to 150. And the hard point in favor of Paris. Again, I think there's no trophy down, so that could be damaging here for Shox as he's just on the edge. But he's on the right edge here as he does find Shawnee.
4 clean kills go to Paris. Hard point time still ticking. 150 now. There's only 30 remaining. Shawnee, though, in control of next. We heard him making those clean comms in the previous set of rotations. London going to be getting the next 20 potentially here, unless Paris can do something about that. But Shawnee from up high, lovely shots, takes the top off of Luca. As the time starts to tick away, Phil. London, Royal Ravens get ever closer to that 3-1 victory. Scraps now locking down next one as well. Dylan with the mid-map. That's going to be massive. Watch that crossfire come through. Luca once again with the M4. Ringing out. Pushes back Waskins. Now gives his boys a chance to get in there. But the nades coming through. The Royal Ravens, whether they're on the offense or the defense towards these hard points, the breaks are so good. And this could be it. This could be the last hard point we see.
It could be that very well moment where we say goodbye. 234 and climbing here. Big kills coming in from Luca. They're going to breach and clear. They now have the hard point. Kismet and Shox getting in and amongst the action. Dylan, those smokes have been so good, so strong, so effective. And look what he's doing. He's jumped over. Round the back. Dylan finds one. Can't find the second, but he's going to open the gates here for his teammates. 15 points is all they need. Paris Legion, they need to hold on. They're doing such a good job of doing so. Dens is going absolutely electric as well. 26 and 15. Still contest going down, but Miles, the next hard point, is fully in control of the Ravens, and my goodness, we need a perfect break for Legion.
Yeah, it's got to be perfect. That nade could have been it. That nade just seals the deal. The damage comes through. Trophies may be out. Shawnee and Scraps waiting for the push. Here comes 3 members of the Paris Legion right on through. Zero from up high. He cuts them to ribbons. Shawnee didn't get even. He didn't even get that involved whatsoever. The docks building is flipped. 10 points now for the win for the Royal Ravens. Shox trying to find those kills on the entry, but this is going to be it. The last chance, the last ditch attempt at trying to keep themselves here. And no, we will be saying au revoir to the Paris Legion, the Royal Ravens, 250 to 183. And that's going to be it. A 3-1 victory. And oh boy, what a series it was.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one for Paris, especially at their home series. It was a tough matchup by all means against London. We saw them go to and fro. I really feel we could have had another game 5 on our hands. Dens was playing fantastic. picking up kills left, right, and center. But for me, Miles, you lost the Grubhub pick of the day. I lost the Grubhub pick of the day. Ben certainly won it. For me, Dylan was that player. He was that X factor. And again, I just think he was the difference maker in many of the maps there. So shout out Benson for that one. As like you said, Miles, we say au revoir, mes amis, to Paris Legion. London do move on. We see them in Sunday. But how far will they go? That's the question.
It's not an easy thing to do. Again, we've seen how close they've come against Dallas Empire. London, of course, they were your finalists at the Seattle home series. They lost there to the Huntsmen. Royal Ravens, man, got a lot of work to do, but they're not out of the woods just yet. A very, very good series there. We saw London with a 3-1 win. If you've just joined us, you missed it all. You
missed a banger.
You missed a real banger. It was very, very exciting. Again, that search and destroy on St. Petrograd was absolutely outstanding. And again, really exciting stuff. Our scuff play of the game. Dylan, the man of the moment. He may not have had the most wonderful stats in that final hard point, but man, did he make the difference.
He was fantastic. Again, he was smoking off cuts. He was changing how Paris were playing. When you're playing against a player like Dylan, you've got to constantly be like, hang on a second. Why is this smoke here? Why have I got to watch out? This is a prime example of it. He takes down one with the help of Wusk. You know, Wuskin picks up the kill. Then this smoke jumps straight over. He only gets one kill between being taken out. He doesn't get that second kill. But it's the first kill that opens up so much, and then they can push in. That's just one example of many that Dylan makes. We saw it from the hard point on Azir. He was fantastic as well. But credit to the Royal Ravens. They move on. They will play the Empire in round 2. Of course, Empire lost to the Mutineers. That's your bracket as you can see it so far. We've talked about the big four, Miles, FaZe and Mutineers. They've already made it through to the semi-finals. Of course, Huntsmen not here. Empire are trying to, of course, continue their run. They'll be trying to upset those European fans, but certainly rounding out to be a very interesting home series.
Yeah, what a home series this has already been. Again, your Saturday schedule here presented by the US Army. We're getting through it. Coming up next, New York Subliners going up against Toronto Ultra. Ultra have certainly been turning heads today, and we'll be finishing up the day with the Dallas Empire going up against the London Royal Ravens. Another shot for London to try to find a bit of retribution there, and again, a knockout match. Now, let's have a quick look, Momo. What would the day, what would sort of the end of the season look like if it just ended today? Like, this is what champs would look like at this very, very moment, and we've talked about this before. Very little actual change that we can predict, but this is what this is what the end of the champs would look like. We'd have Atlanta FaZe and Huntsmen in those top spots. They go straight into winners bracket round 3.
It is, and the interesting thing is, I'm sure you guys at home, you tune in all weekend long. COD fans, of course, very loyal. You'll notice one small change. New York and Subliners, they've changed there. Subliners leapfrog over them with that loss for Paris, and winners bracket round 1 would now contain New York. Of course, this is if it was ended today. Losers bracket would now contain Paris. But overall, very, very exciting. That top 4, certainly the big 4. I do have a feeling that one of those will be picking up a 3rd championship, Miles, though. I think you'll maybe agree with me. I don't know if you will agree with me.
I really do.
I can feel someone getting a 3rd this weekend.
It's very possible.
Pretty easy call, I think.
Yeah, quite safe, let's face it, mate. But wow, what a series that was. We're all done, though. London get the 3-1 win over the Paris Legion. When we come back after this one, we're going to be having Lottie talking to Coach Shane from London. Don't go anywhere.
He's too bloody strong. One of the best players in the world.
Again, Scraps has got his number. Beautiful read from Wusk.